back to a new video. In this video I'm gonna show you kind of like a thrift flip kinda. So I got these two, this one and this one. These like t-shirts, they're just like basic t-shirts. I just thought that like they could be a good like base to do some cut sews, and that's what I did. And I'm gonna show you how to like upcycle kinda or thrift flip just basic t-shirts into Lolita blouses that you can use in your coordinates. The other one is a bit more simpler. I don't really like cut off anything. I just add some decorations to it, so it's like really simple and that you could do like pretty much without sewing machine. So you could just hand sew it on, like the decorations on. And the other one is a bit more like constructively or like it's a bit more demanding, but something that you don't really like, you don't need to do much effort to do that. So you don't need to draw any patterns or anything like that. So it's just like using the pieces from the like actual t-shirt that you bought and using those to kind of like make new parts for the shirt. Oh my god. So yes, let's head right into it. Alright, so this is the shirt that I got. It has some like lettuce edge on the sleeves and also on the hem, and these are the ribbons that I'm going to use. This is just a polyester sateen ribbon that I'm gonna make bows out of, and also I have this like stretchy organza ribbon that I'm planning on putting on to the collar. So yes, I started off by like sewing the organza ribbon onto the collar of the shirt like so, and then I handmade 3 bows out of the sateen ribbon and sewed them on to the shirt. When sewing on the ribbons or the bows, go through all the layers so that it's like steadily in place. If you only go onto the like top layer, it might not like stay, like it might be a bit wobbly kinda. And here is the placement for the sleeve bows. And also remember to burn the edges of the bows if you're using synthetic material. And here is how the shirt is looking. I decided to add more bows, so here is how it's looking after adding those, and that's how it's done. So for the second shirt, I'm using the plain t-shirt, and first off you need to cut off the sleeves. You don't need to unpick anything, you can just like cut it out, and after you've cut the sleeve, just cut open the seam of the sleeve. So then you have a piece looking something like this. And next I cut the sleeve into 4 pieces and then put them onto the sleeve fabric, spread out like this. And the amount of spreading you want to do is your arm circumference plus 20 centimeters or more if you want like extra frill. Less than 20 centimeters is a bit plain looking, so you can just like decide how much frill you want. So 20 centimeters is my recommendation, like minimum recommendation. And then just cut off the sleeve. I added some extra length because I'm making like a double or like turned ruffle onto the like hem of the sleeve, and yeah, then I'm just like gonna do a ruffle onto the top of the sleeve and start sewing. Here is the sleeve when it's sewn. So the sleeve seam is sewn together and the channel for the rubber band is made. Remember to leave a gap for the rubber band, and also to do some like ruffling stitches onto the sleeve so that like you get the ruffles evenly onto the sleeve. You don't have to go all the way around, just only on the kind of like 2/3 of the sleeve to ruffle it, so that like most of the ruffle is on the shoulder area. And then you just zigzag stitch it onto the bodice of the shirt. After attaching the sleeve, I didn't end up having too much ruffle on the sleeve because the fabric was more stretchier than I thought, but with the rubber band it looks still pretty cute anyway. And I also zigzag stitched the edge of the raw edge so that the like thinner non-stretchy sleeve fabric doesn't unravel. For the neck ruffle, I just cut 7 centimeters wide plus seam allowance wide ruffle, like 2 widths of the fabric. You can do less. And then I just zigzag stitched it onto the collar of the shirt and then turned it and straight stitched it in place. So for the neck ruffle, you need to place it so that it's right sides against each other, so that the hem of the ruffle is facing towards the center of the neckline. When you turn it downwards or like away from the neckline, then it's like settling so that the right side is on the right side or like visible towards the outside. So that's it. I have the blouses right here. So first off is the blue one with the little like bow details on the sleeve and also on the collar here with the little like organza ribbon. Very simple but still kind of effective. It doesn't look like a basic t-shirt that you have like latched on to a coordinate, so in that sense like it's quite nice, pretty, and like with a cabbage edge on the sleeves, it's kind of like a bit more like special kind of t-shirt. It's not like basic t-shirt that you buy. Unlike this one was more of a like a really basic t-shirt with like normal sleeves and everything, but like cutting up the sleeves and using that as a pattern is a really good method of making cutsews. Only that like you need to try it on, like try on the shirt before making the sleeve, kinda, to see like if the armhole here is like okay size enough, so that like when you're pairing it with like non-stretchy fabric, that it will like your arm can like fit through it and like you can move in it like okay. Also working with like stretchy materials like this fabric is really stretchy, so it was like tiny little bit of like difficult to work with, and like here on this side I wasn't like able to make it like perfect, and also like when adding the like ruffle color, it wasn't perfect, so I hid it like underneath the bow ribbon. Anyway, that kind of like really simple yet effective kind of things to like amp up like normal t-shirts, and it doesn't really require that much effort. Like you can do this kind of project in like one day. You only need like a couple of hours to do this. So yes, and you don't really need to unpick anything. I personally dislike unpicking a lot, so that's why you can just cut off the previous sleeves And also for the color, like of course, like if you want to go and do the extra step, you can like undo or like unpick the color, and then just kind of like sew in the ruffle and then like sew back the color, so that like the seam construction would be more like cleaner. But this way, like how I did it, it's okay. And like especially like if you add something on top of the like turned ruffle, like no one will know that it's there, and it's like really clean looking, and yeah, like really nice and easy way to modify these. Try to look for like actual sleeves, like that they have like a full sleeve on, so that it's not like just like a partial sleeve, so partial sleeve kind of like this, or like just a like ruffle like added to it, because like you need kind of the shape of the sleeve in order to make it fit properly onto the shirt. For like really basic t-shirts, you might need to do a little bit more work to make it cute. So that's why I really recommend, like if you want to do like low effort Lolita blouse like this, looking for like something a bit more like extra in a t-shirt would be nice, because like this material for example is kind of like ribbed, so I think it's really cute. And also with the like lettuce edge here, like it's already kind of looking a bit like frilly, so that's why I like it a lot. And just like adding little like ruffle onto it makes it like appear more cuter kinda. So in that sense, like you can go for like really basic t-shirts or a bit more extra, and like it should be kind of like fitted the shirt, so that it does have stretch to it. Like 100% cotton is not maybe like the best possible kinda, so like I would recommend that it would have like some elastane or spandex in it, so that it does stretch a bit, so that it does kind of like stretch when you put it on, and like it's also like a bit more forgiving in a way to kind of like attach the sleeve onto it. But like otherwise you can use like whatever kind of t-shirt you want, and yeah. But yeah, like let me know in the comment what you think about these. I cannot wait to like actually get to use these. I was actually like missing like a long or like full length red blouse from my closet, because I only have like cropped one, and I have like the freshly picked strawberry salopette that is like the cropped blouse doesn't really work with that, so now I can wear like all red coordinate with the red dress or the strawberry dress. And for blue, I don't have like many blue shirts, so yeah, like this is how it is, and I am really like happy how this turned out. So yeah, I guess we will see next time or in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.